Cotton swab. Let's see. What's going on, Bully fam? Live. Cytology. What's going on, Bully fam? Females. What's good? What's good? What's good? I'm just pinning the comment real quick. Live cytology on one of the females. Alright, guys. Pin the comment. So, for those that don't know, Diva's in heat. So, she's been taking a little bit longer this time. But, since, you know, I got the new microscopes in and stuff like that, I know what her progesterone is already. I did a progesterone this morning, and she was a 10. So I already know what her progesterone is. I always go based off of progesterones, but I thought I'd do something new today. I ain't even gonna front. You know, this is first for me. I never really done the cytologies, but it's cool because what you can do is you can take a swab, you know, a swab of the female cells, put it under a microscope, and then we could go ahead and look at, based off of what the cells are looking like, it'll tell us where she's at as far as timing of breeding, ovulation, things like that, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. I just figured, hey, I do it live with you guys, and you guys can see it firsthand. If you got one of the microscopes from us, you could do the same thing. Just DM me and I'll tell you where to get the dips, you know, the dip stain for your microscopes. If you don't got a microscope for me, hey, you know, check us out on breedershacks.com so you can do the same. But either way, progesterones are always going to be, from my understanding, more reliable. But a lot of vets like to do the cytologies. A lot of vets actually still do cytologies. They don't do progesterones. So this is just a cool another way to kind of look and, you know, be able to see what's going on with the females and things like that. So the first thing I got to do, well, let me explain everything that we got, right? So everything that we got laid out, we got the dips. You're going to need a stain, right? Because when you're doing a cytology, what happens is when you use one of these slides, you won't be able to see the cells, the vaginal cells of the dog. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing that you're going to want to go ahead and do, is have your stains, have your slide, have your microscope. And like I said, it's cool, and it don't cost you nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm not super versed in this, super experienced or whatever, but I have diagrams and stuff like that. I did talk to some people that are a lot more familiar with doing the cytologies, and it's all about looking at the nucleus, I believe, like the inside of the cell. Yo, if anybody's familiar with this shit, let me know. I'd love to hear your input. But yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna clean off the side. But yeah, it's definitely, you know, like I said, it's cool. It's a cool other way to kind of know what's going on, see where your female is at timing wise and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So just wait till I announce who I'm gonna breed Diva to. The person might even be on here who I'm breeding her to. Alright, so we're gonna dry this off real quick, right? So just because this slide's a little dirty. So yeah, so anyway, alright, so what you're gonna need is a Q-tip, and we're gonna go ahead and take that Q-tip, and it's gonna go inside the vulva of the female. Now you're gonna go ahead and like twist it a little bit, and then you go ahead and pull it out, and then we're gonna roll that on the slide, and that's what's gonna give us, you know, the smear. So let me see, I'm just clearing this off real good. What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? All right, cool. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is we have the slide here. I'm gonna just put it right here. So, all right, like I said, what you're gonna go ahead and do is you're gonna go ahead and take a Q-tip like this, and I'm just gonna do it real quick. I don't think I really need to show, but you're just gonna, you know, I got some clean water. You're gonna make it a little, put a little bit of water, and then I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, it goes in the vulva, and you go ahead and twist it a few times. So I'm gonna just do that real quick. I don't think you guys need to see, so give me like 1 second. All right, guys, so I went ahead and did that. So this is what you get. You know, you got your Q-tip now. What you're gonna go ahead and do, and I'm gonna do this on the side here, is you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna roll it, and it rolls across the slide. Normally you would want to do this like more in the center. I'm only doing this on the end of the slide because of the fact that I don't have enough stain. So you go ahead and roll it, you twist it like this, and I don't know if you guys can see, but it's leaving like an impression on the slide. So this is my first time doing it, so all right. So if you guys can see, you know, like the slide is smeared and shit, you know what I'm saying? So let's see. So now what you're supposed to do, and when you buy the dips, you got to make sure that you have, you know, the different colored stains. So it's, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but you have the fixative like this, you have your red stain like this, and then you have your dark stain like this. So I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do real quick is I'm gonna go ahead and now I'm gonna dip it in each stain 10 times. So it goes like this. 1, 2. And what's crazy is like vets really be charging people for this. 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we're gonna go ahead and go to the darkest stain, and that's you know, the next one. So we're gonna do 10 dips of that as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now what you're gonna go ahead and do, which I already have, you're gonna go ahead and just kind of rinse off the excess. So now the excess is rinsed off, and we're just gonna dry this shit off real quick. And this is what you left with. So you guys, like, you can't really see, at least I can't really see like the difference, but apparently, you know, now all the cells on here, and I see it looks like dust, like it looks like blue dust. Like all the cells on here are now you know, stained, which is crazy. So yeah, what we're gonna do now, and I just want to make sure I'm hitting the right side. I'm gonna go ahead and dry this off real quick. Just lightly dry it. What's good, everybody? So, all right. I think we good now. So now the moment of truth, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this shit up on the slide, and let's see what we got. So now, actually, you know what? Let me put this up here. I'm gonna show you guys the diagram that I'm going based off of. And first, actually, let me start with the lowest setting. So you can see all the cells. Can you guys see it decent? So now you can see all the cells that have been stained. That's crazy. And it's like that dark, you know, it's that dark blue stain, but then you can even see on the lowest, this is the lowest setting, You can actually see right here, like where the nucleus is on some of these cells, which is crazy. Wow, that's dope. You got some debris in here and shit. Yet again, this is the lowest setting. I'm just kind of playing around with it. And what's cool about this microscope is you can go ahead and you know, move and look around on all the different aspects of the slide. So apparently the cells that we're going to go based off of is these ones right here where you can see the nucleus. Now, if you can't see it now, like I said, I'm on the lowest setting. I'm gonna go on the next setting up, and let's take a look and see how it looks on the next setting. So that was definitely, like, even for me, I can't really see much, but all right, yeah. So now we got a better idea. You can see it a little bit better. So like these are the cells you want to be looking at, from my understanding. Cells like this. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not really seeing too many, not a lot of nucleuses. Okay, there's another. Let me move it more over to the side that I had smeared a lot on. Let's see. So, okay. So now I'm gonna show you guys under the highest setting what it looks like, and then from there I'm gonna pull up the chart and we kind of just go based off of that. Yeah, this shit is dope. So I know that she's, the other thing too is we know what her progesterone level is. She's a 10. Now, the thing is, and like I tell everybody, you know, don't compare progesterone machines. Don't compare charts, because each progesterone machine is going to give, it reads at a different level. So a 10 for you is going to be very different for a 10 for me, based off of the machine that we're using. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're using an IDEX, or if you're using, I mean, the Wanfos are at a different, they're not even on IDEX, you know what I'm saying? You have, what else is it? Yeah, there's a whole slew of other different machines that they, like, you got to look at it like this, and I'm going to give you guys this quick little free game on this, right? When it comes to the progesterone machines, it's not the same as, like, a human, right? So for a human, for example, human science, it goes based off of, let's just say, your I don't know, a recommended chart, a recommended level, say for I don't know, whatever the number it may be, say it's for testosterone or whatever the case may be, it's at a fixed numbers. It's at fixed numbers. With dogs and like with veterinary science, anyone can have their own chart based off of their own numbers. So it's not like universal, if that makes sense. Like you can't use an IDEX and compare that to a Wanfo, and you can't use a Wanfo and compare that to, damn, I'm forgetting the other name of the machine, the other machines. But anyway, that's just what I'm getting at, is like you can go to somebody and get two completely different numbers. You could go to one machine, get a 5, another machine, get, say, whatever, get a 10. I don't know. So each machine reads differently. That's just what I'm trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? It gives you different numbers. It goes based off of different charts. But essentially, they're doing the same thing by you're trying to track where ovulation is, and then typically you want to breed 48 hours after that. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing. What I'm just getting at is don't compare machines unless that person has the same exact machine. That's the best way to explain it. So like I said, guys, I zoomed out. So this is kind of dope. So that's like one of the cells. I think this is a good representation right here of what the cell should look like. I don't know if you guys can really see, but what I'll go ahead and do is now I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the highest setting, and then I'll pull up the chart as to what I'm using to refer to. And you could get that free on Google and shit. Maybe I'm the only one who finds this kind of shit interesting. I don't know. I just, like, for me, I just love learning this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I love anything new I could learn. Okay. So now we're at, like, this is the highest setting to look at these cells. So that's one there. I don't really see much of a nucleus on that one. So that's another one there. I'm trying to get a really good one for you guys. And from my understanding, there's like debris and shit. So, okay. So this is like a really good example, I believe, in like a good representation, right? Of the cell of where she's at right now, right? So for the people that are coming in late, what we're doing is a vaginal cytology on Diva. Seeing what the cells are, the vaginal cells are looking like, what they're formed like, and basically based off of that, I already did a progesterone, so I know what her numbers are at. But based off of that, you should be able to tell where she's at in her cycle and be able to time the breeding. You know what I'm saying? So this is like a representation of one of the cells. So now I'll just show you guys real quick the chart that I'm kind of going based off of right now. And I should have it right here. So this is kind of the chart that I'm looking at right now. So based off of where she's at, I believe she's at, which is B, I believe, or like a C, which is right before her spike, which would make sense because of the fact that if she's at a 10, at least on my machine, timing wise, I would basically, B and C is, from my understanding, where you would want to breed. For me, on my machine, tomorrow would be ideal for the first AI. So I believe everything is lining up based off of what I'm looking at with this cell. You guys tell me what you guys think. I think based off of looking at this cell, it's like a B or a C, which I don't know. The scientific name, I have it written down somewhere, but long story short, that is right before you want to do your breeding. And then when you start looking down at the lower cells, then that's when I guess you start getting closer towards what's the scientific name? I believe it's like destrus or something like that. Long story short, when you've kind of missed the heat and things like that, you know. So yeah, this shit is kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? It took me, for the people that have been on here, it only took me a couple minutes. You know, you go ahead and you get a cotton swab like this, and you go ahead and roll it on the stain, and that pretty much tells, you know, and then you go ahead and stain, I'm sorry, you roll it on the slide, then you stain it, and it gives you, you know, it gives you a slide, and now you can go ahead and look at some of these cells. And you're gonna obviously have like debris and shit like that, you know. So, and then you can use a microscope to go ahead and look at like if there's like yeast going on, things like that. So the microscopes, I see a lot of people using the microscopes for you know, for just looking at semen, you know, evaluating semen on dogs. But you know, there's so many other things that you could do. Like I said, you could do the vaginal cytology. You know, you could look to see if there's yeast, what's going on with the female. You know, you can go ahead and look at certain bacterias, you know, see what's going on if you have a sick dog, things like that. So, you know, I'm just kind of like I'm very new to that aspect, looking at all the other aspects, but I just find it super interesting. So I figured I'd just let you guys tap in real quick and see, and you know, you guys can see firsthand. So there's another cell. So anyway, let me tap this off. And actually, you know what, here's another chart. I don't know if you guys can see. So this is the other chart that I was looking at, that this chart basically allows you to kind of see what's going on with the female cycle, and also gauge the cells based off of that. So this is both shit. You can easily find it on Google. And what I'm gonna be doing is yeah, as I learn more about this isn't something I would do like an episode on Breeders Hacks about, because yet again, I'm still new to it, really learning it as well. I'm just used to doing straight progesterones, which is a lot more, from my understanding, a lot more accurate. But hey, you know, if you got a microscope, why not? You know what I'm saying? Especially from the person that showed me this, what they do is they can do a vaginal cytology and at least tell when to do their first progesterone. So they save themselves money. Even though they have their own progesterone machine, what they do is they do the vaginal cytologies, and once they say, okay, you know what, the cells are looking on point to start doing a progesterone, they save themselves like a progesterone, 1 or 2 progesterones, which if you have your own machine, it's really not a big deal regardless. But hey, you know, even if you could save yourself 10-20 bucks on a test strip, why not, you know? So anyway, guys, that's about it. I just kind of wanted to look at this and see for myself. This is my first time really doing it, to be honest. So I'm sure as I learn more, I'll share it with you guys. Yeah, and thanks for tapping in, all right? I'm going to sign off, guys. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Breeders Hacks.